This one goes out to our Democrat friends. You've been lied to. I hope you've learned your lesson to never, ever put an X next to a Democrat again. Basically, you're endorsing lying. Welcome to the Doug TenNapel channel. I'm Doug TenNapel. This is where the happy patriots are. Democrats, come over to our side. We may disagree with you, but we're not lying to you. Here's Michelle Obama in a tweet posted by Jack Posobiec. While Democrats are losing their money and their election went cratering through the ground, on a river cruise in Paris as the Cathedral of Notre Dame burned, there's Michelle Obama drinking wine. And this is a symbol of while America went down, while her party went down, the Obamas.
I mean, I'm not on anyone's payroll. I'm not beholden to anyone. That's why I'm here telling the truth. I'm not here to gaslight anybody. This is just the truth.
What is the truth?
The truth is this is just an epic disaster. This is a $1 billion disaster. Democrat
leadership is calling what Kamala Harris did with her money a $1 billion disaster. The fallout's real, guys, and the Democrats are turning on each other. Again, I'd like to invite this lady in pink, I think her name is Lily, to come on over to the Republican Party. We may disagree with you, but we don't lie to you the way your party just did, to the tune of million. And I have friends, millionaire friends in Hollywood. They donated millions of dollars to Kamala Harris.
We learned two things about Kamala this election. She's good at raising money and she's good at blowing it. But money can't buy you elections, especially when you spend it like she did. She raked in more than $1 billion and is somehow now in debt.
And they deserve to lose it, not just because they went for a Democrat evil witch, but because they're so dumb that they believe liars. Never get into business with liars.
Actually, it was $1 billion, 18 million, I think, right? There were 20 million or $18 million in debt.
Right.
It's incredible. And I raised millions of that.
There's news right now that Oprah Winfrey was paid $1 million to do that event for Kamala Harris.
But it worked out nicely for Oprah. She got her friend Kamala to pay her $1 million to interview her in September. $1 million. Now, if she thought she was saving democracy, she should have done it for free.
Guys, she wipes every day with $1 million.
I have friends that I have to be accountable to and to explain what happened because I told them it was a margin of error race.
She told her friends it was a margin of error race, meaning it's within the margin of error. So they get all excited and then they give you lots of money. And then when we find out that they lied to you, Kamala Harris isn't going to go answer to their donors. This lady in pink is going to have to go answer to her friends. You put your credibility on the line and we gave millions of dollars.
Campaign insiders are mad at the bosses for wasting donor money on concerts instead of ads about, the economy. Quote, they said they were spending to zero. I guess they overshot zero.
Can you imagine the fallout among all these Democrat donors? They're going to lose them possibly, hopefully for life.
I was promised, Jen O'Malley Dillon promised all of us that Harris would win. She even put videos out saying that Harris would win. I believed her. My donors believed her.
Well, that's your problem, is you believed a Democrat, you big dummy. You deserve to lose every dime you have. Everyone who believed them and gave money to these people, because we watched them lie live. I've been doing videos on them lying, even to their own voters and their own donors. In fact, the last thing Kamala Harris said was a lie on election night. Remember when they said she was too tired and she was going home? She was not too tired. That was a lie. She went home because she knew for a fact she lost. And she told her backers and her donors, everybody go home. This is going to take a long time for the system to work this out. That was a lie, because it also did not take a long time. We actually called Pennsylvania shortly after that. It was so short of an amount of time. She lied to her backers, even in defeat. And even now, they're still lying to you. They're going to keep lying to you. So how many times do I have to tell you, never put an X next to a Democrat? Because this lady, for believing the Kamala Harris campaign, what else is she supposed to tell you?
And so they wrote massive checks. I feel like a lot of us were misled.
Yeah, you think? You were misled. It's not a I think, it's a I know. And no one on the Republican side was misled by our leader. I'm only saying this is how Democrats treat their elites off sipping wine at Notre Dame while Notre Dame is burning to the ground, and they do not care about you and your money. The problem is you seem hurt and you seem to care. No, dum-dum. No, dum-dum. Wrong party. The Bible says to guard your heart. You are crazy to expose your heart and make yourself vulnerable to these vampires.
And even on the night of election night, Will, I looked somebody in the eye and I said, are we going to do this? Are we going to pull it off? She told me yes.
Yeah, bold-faced lied right to your face. They'll do it every time. I watched them do it to your backers. We were warning you who are getting the truth coming on X. We were going, no, don't believe them. They're lying to you. You keep going like, here's my money. Tell me more. You said we were ahead. So I guess, okay, we're going to go over to the celebration that even Kamala isn't going to show up for, but we'll go there because you said we were going to win.
And I asked somebody else, like, how are you feeling? He's like, we're going to win Iowa.
And even that Iowa poll, which I think it's actually reasonable to have outlier polls, but the idea that they said that they were going to, I mean, the on-ground metrics were showing that was an outlier poll. Even the lady who took the poll said, look, I don't know what's going on. I'm just reporting this data. I know it doesn't make sense. She said. She was not trying to lie to people and say, we're going to win Iowa.
And I was like, what?
Do you think did they believe this going in? Was there a real sense of false confidence on the side of Kamala Harris?
And I don't know if Kamala Harris knows the difference between the truth and a lie. I think all she knows is I need this to win. And that's all the truth that a postmodern relativist needs to say anything, including
Kamala went on a podcast, remember Call Her Daddy, but she didn't want to go to their studio in LA. So she made the host fly to DC and used campaign cash to build a fake set in a hotel room. She spent more than $100,000 to build it. That set, see it? 2 chairs, a coffee table, and a bookshelf. That's 6 figures.
That's all they need to be able to call Trump a bigot or a fascist and go, I don't know what it means, but I feel it. So I guess it's true. I don't know if Kamala's going to win or not, but I really, really wish it. So Kamala's going to win. Give us millions of dollars.
Or did they know they were in store for disaster?
I was wondering about that. I was like, I asked them, are you privy to internal numbers that I am not seeing? Because I study this so carefully and I just wasn't seeing any basis for that level of confidence.
She was looking at empirical data, looking using her own eyes, and her own eyes said they were not going to win. And then a confidence man, someone in the Kamala campaign, lied to her and said, we're going to win. She goes, okay, here's some money. So literally Democrats believe their lying friends who have a long track record of lying, more than they believe the evidence and their own research.
And I also want to remind our viewers that, the Trump campaign was touting all these incredible empirical data weeks before election night. Empirical
data. This is the contrast. The Trump campaign, we've been telling the truth and presenting the truth. We were scared on election night, by the way. I kept going like, it seems like we're wrong because the Democrats are gaslighting and lying to everyone so much. I'm going, I didn't know it was a lie. Then lo and behold, X gave accurate data. And that's why we're laughing at the Democrats that are also getting off of X and saying we're leaving this platform forever because Trump won. It's actually the only source of news truth that you can get, and you're cutting it off.
What Harris is touting was the door knocking. She didn't say anything really about early voting. Now I know it's because there was nothing much to say.
And even when they apologize for lying, they're lying to you. They're not sorry.
On Wednesday, Democrats got a text from the campaign. Urgent. We need help. Donate now. Help with what? You lost. This is how she's going to spend her donors' dollars. Imagine what she would have done with our taxes.
I'm Doug in exile.